Alright, so before you watch the rest of this video, you need to know what a Starvis 2 sensor is and why is it so important that I've made a dedicated video on it. So as you're seeing on the screen right now, there are two screenshots, there are two sample shots, wherein one sample shot shows you the number plate readability without the Starvis 2 sensor, and in the other snapshot you can see the number plate readability with the Starvis 2 sensor. Now it's quite evident that during night time under the glare of headlights, any dash camera without the Starvis 2 sensor will give you a complete whitewashed look. But if the dashcam has a Starvis 2 sensor and preferably the highest possible resolution for that camera, you are going to get a very good read of the number plate, which will be probably very easy to read and not as difficult as the other sensors out there. So this goes to show how important the Starvis 2 sensor is, specifically in terms of reading number plates during night under the glare of headlights. But during daytime, there's no drastic difference between Starvis 2 and a non-Starvis 2 dashcam. You get pretty much the similar quality. The only advantage Starvis 2 has is under the low light performance, which is actually very important for dashcam users these days. So in this video, I've compiled a list of the top 12 dash cameras that are available in the Indian market right now, from which you can get the goodness of the Starvis 2 sensor. Just watch this entire video, go through that list, and if you like any particular dashcam and you want to know more about it, you can watch the detailed review video which I've already made on each of these cameras. The links to the review videos of each of the cameras which I show in this list will be given in the description below. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these cameras, the purchase links will also be provided in the description below. So you're watching Travel Tech, it's time to like and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. So I'll be starting off the list of the Starvis 2 dashcams from the cheapest to the priciest, and the cheapest being the 70mm M200. You probably have already known about this because I've talked a lot about this dashcam on my channel, but in case if you're still interested, you should know that this dashcam comes at a price of about 4,700 to 4,900 rupees, and this is the cheapest budget dashcam which gets the Starvis 2 sensor probably in the whole world. This dashcam also gets a Full HD 1080p resolution with HDR. It gets a Starvis 2 IMX662 sensor. It also gets voice control, f1.8 aperture. It has Wi-Fi support and an optional parking mode. This dashcam also supports 128GB memory cards. So if number plate readability is your primary concern and you have a very tight budget of not more than 5,000 bucks, the M200 is probably your only choice. And if you're interested in purchasing it, or if you want to take a detailed look at it, as said previously, the review videos and the purchase links are provided in the description below. But the next price bracket, that is the under 10,000 price segment, you get one of the finest dashcams which has been released in recent times, the 70mm A510 front only version. Yes, this dashcam comes at a price of about 9,999 rupees and is one of the most popular dashcams these days. This dashcam gives you one of the most value for money propositions because it has a 1944p near 4K resolution with HDR. It's got a 2-inch screen, it's got GPS, it's got ADAS. Of course, it has Starvis 2 IMX675 sensor, along with also giving you a field of view of 140 degrees. It's got optional parking mode and also supports memory cards up to 256GB. I've made extensive videos on the A510, their comparison videos along with the Cubo 3K, Cubo 4K and even the 70mm A810. If you're interested in checking out those comparison videos before you want to buy this, you can take a look at the description below. So under the 10,000 price bracket, the 70mm A510 is your only choice and probably should be your only choice because it's one of the best dashcams that's available out there. Moving on to the third dashcam, well basically it's the dual channel variant of the A510 and is available at a price of about 13,999 rupees. That comes in the less than 15,000 price segment. So the same goodness of what the A510 front only version brings, but with the extra rear camera as well. Now it's always better to have a dual channel system, that is a front and the rear camera system, than only a front only version, because you can never predict what's going to happen and from which direction any incident might happen on the road. So it's safe to say that having a dual channel dashcam setup is a much safer and a preferred option than getting a front only version. So all the good features of the A510 with a dual channel variant is probably one of the best options that's available in the Indian market today and is one of the most value for money propositions under the 15,000 price segment. But up until now there was only one option in each segment, But that's not the case under the 15,000 segment because you have another option right here. I'm talking about the VIOFO A229 Mini 2. This dashcam provides one of the finest features that's available in that specific segment, starting from the fact that it's very small dashcam, and as the name suggests, it is very compact and mini sized. So this helps in concealing the dashcam. It's not evident for someone who is looking to search for a dashcam in your car. This dashcam also gets the Starvis 2 IMX675 sensor and is capable of recording 1440p resolution at 60 frames per second and a 1944p resolution at 30 frames per second. This also gets HDR and a field of view of 140 degrees with an f1.6 aperture. It also gets voice control and a 5 GHz fast Wi-Fi connection. It also has GPS and gets one of the advanced parking monitoring features, specifically 3 different parking monitoring features if you buy the separate hardware kit which is available with it. This dashcam also gets a 1.5-inch screen so that it can monitor the setting and even the live view right on the screen. So the VIOFO A229 Mini 2 makes for a compelling package at 15,000 rupees, but the only and the smallest drawback being this doesn't get a dual channel variant and this is only a front only dashcam, but nevertheless a very worthy and a very powerful dashcam in that compact size. So moving on to the next and the fifth dashcam. Now this comes under the 20,000 segment and is also one of the relatively latest released dashcams from 70mm, the 70mm S500 mirror dashcam. Now, many of you were asking me about mirror dashcams, and this probably is one of the best options that's out there, purely because it gets the goodness of the Starvis 2 sensor. Yes, this dashcam comes at a price of about 17,000 rupees and gets the Starvis 2 IMX675 sensor. It gets a 9.35-inch laminated touchscreen, and this is a dual channel dashcam with a full HD rear camera. It also gets dual HDR. It supports 1944p recording, same as the A510, and also gets parking mode, voice control. It's super capacitor based, and you also get a real-time reverse view. Basically means those cars which don't have a reverse view camera, the mirror camera from 70mm S500 would probably be very useful because you can install it at the back of the car and get a real-time reversing view along with guidelines. You also get multi-view options on the screen such as split screen mode and picture-in-picture mode. This dashcam also gets Wi-Fi and 70mm app support. I've personally tested out this dashcam extensively and I found this dashcam to be very premium and a very refined product. Moving on to the next option, which is slightly pricier than this, about a price of 18 to 19,000 rupees. I'm talking about the cheapest 4K Starvis 2 dashcam that's available in the market, the 70mm A810. Now this is the only true native 4K dashcam which gets the Starvis 2 sensor and is the cheapest one. Coming at a price of less than 20,000 rupees, the A810 is one powerhouse of a dashcam. This dashcam gets the Starvis 2 IMX678 sensor with a native 4K resolution which also supports HDR. It gets a 3-inch screen, a field of view of 150 degrees, it gets GPS and f1.8 aperture. It also gets ADAS, Wi-Fi and app support. Of course, this is a dual channel variant, so you also get a full HD rear camera with the A810. I won't go into the detail of this because I've made plenty of videos on the A810 exploring all its aspects. You can check out the description below if you want to know more about this dashcam. But what I can definitely say is that if you have a budget of about 19 to 20,000 rupees, you don't need to look further than the A810. This is possibly the best dashcam in that budget segment and will serve you the best for a long time to come. So moving on to the next budget segment where the rule of the 70mm ends and the realm of other brands comes into play. I'm talking about the VIOFO A229 Plus dual channel variant. Now this dashcam comes at a price of about 25 to 26,000 rupees. But what sets this apart from any other dashcam in the world is that this is a dual Starvis 2 setup, which means you not only get Starvis 2 for the front camera, you also get a Starvis 2 for the rear camera as well. Now this is unheard of in the dashcam market, and the VIOFO A229 series is probably the only model series in the world which gets a Starvis 2 sensor for both front and the rear cameras. Now the A229 Plus is a quad HD camera, which basically means you get a QHD, that is 1440p resolution for both front and the rear cameras, along with the goodness of the Starvis 2 sensor. This dashcam gets a Starvis 2 IMX675 with dual HDR. It also gets dual Wi-Fi, voice control and a quad GPS setup. The video quality from this dashcam and the number plate readability is pretty much flawless. and at a price of 25 to 26k, you will never be disappointed with the kind of performance the A229 Plus brings into the play. So moving on to the next option at a price of about 30 to 31,000 rupees, basically the same camera, the A229 Plus, but this time the triple channel variant, which means you get a cabin camera, interior camera right within the box. Now do note that even the cabin camera, that's the interior camera, is also powered by the Starvis sensor, not the Starvis 2 but the previous gen Starvis 1 sensor, specifically talking the Starvis IMX307 sensor. This also gets a quad infrared LED light for the interior camera and also supports HDR. You can take a look at the detailed review of the A229 Plus which I brought up on my channel a few days ago. You'll find the link to that in the description below. So moving on to the next and the ninth camera in the list at a similar price range, maybe slightly 1000 rupees more, about a price of about 31,999. I'm talking about the VANTRUE N4 Pro triple channel dashcam. I recently tested out this dashcam personally and also brought up a detailed review video of this camera. This dashcam gets a Starvis 2 IMX675 sensor with a 3.19-inch display. It also gets a true 4K resolution for the front camera and a 1080p Full HD for the interior and the rear camera. Do note that the Starvis 2 sensor is available only for the front camera and not for the rear and the interior. This dashcam also gets triple HDR, a 5 GHz Wi-Fi connection and a VANTRUE app support. It also gets voice control, optional parking mode, it gets GPS, it is super capacitor based and supports memory cards up to 512 GB. So if you want a triple channel dashcam setup specifically with a 4K resolution for the front camera at a price of what, 30 to 31,000 rupees, the VANTRUE N4 Pro triple channel is the only and the best choice at that price bracket. But what if you're not satisfied with a triple channel dashcam and you want a 4 channel or a quad channel dashcam giving you 360-degree coverage around the car? I'm talking about the VANTRUE N5 4 channel dashcam coming at a price of about 35 to 36,000 rupees. Now this is the world's first 4 channel dashcam with a 158-degree front field of view, 160-degree front cabin view, 160-degree rear cabin view and a 165-degree field of view for the rear camera. Basically means every single angle around the car is covered and nobody can escape the view of the VANTRUE N5 4-channel dashcam. This dashcam definitely provides a groundbreaking 360-degree coverage around the car with a resolution of about 1944p for the front camera and a Full HD 1080p for the rest of the 3 cameras. This dashcam also gets a 5 GHz Wi-Fi, it gets GPS, it gets optional parking mode, it also gets voice control and it also supports memory cards up to 512 GB. So a quad channel, a 4 channel dashcam is simply awesome. It basically serves the purpose of why you're buying a dashcam. You want to cover all the area around the car, you want to have video evidence of anything that happens around or even inside the car. And a 4 channel dashcam setup which covers basically around the car, inside the car and everywhere surrounding the car. This is the perfect solution. I probably will be doing a detailed review of the VANTRUE N5 4 channel dashcam pretty soon on my channel. So if you don't want to miss that important video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and also that you have hit the bell icon so that you get notified as soon as I upload that video. Anyways, moving on to the next option and probably the last option within this list, the 11th and the 12th dashcams. I'm talking about the VIOFO A229 Pro dual and the triple channel variant. So the dual channel setup in the Pro variant gets you a 4K front and a Quad HD at the rear. A triple channel setup gives you a 4K front and a Quad HD at the rear with the FHD in the interior. Same as the Plus variant, they also get dual Starvis 2, which means Starvis 2 for both front and the rear camera with a Starvis sensor for the interior camera. It's not just the video quality of the A229 Pro that's actually good. Some of the features provided by this dashcam, specifically talking like about the app experience, the kind of settings options you get within the app, and of course the ability to transfer videos directly by wire without having to remove the memory card, and many other important features set this camera apart from most of the other competing brands. So I'm not going to discuss all the important features of the A229 Pro in this video because this video is probably already too long and you don't want to waste your time anymore. But if you do want to take a look at all the features of the A229 Pro series, go ahead, check down on the description. You will find the link to the detailed review video right there. So the A229 Pro dual channel variant comes at a price of 35 to 36,000 rupees and the triple channel variant comes at a price of about 40 to 41,000 rupees. Now they might seem very pricey when you straight up look at them at their face value, but what I can assure you is that these cameras get some really cool smart features, really small things which matter in the long run, which make it worth their money. I have tried out the A229 Pro series, both the dual and the triple channel variant extensively. I've used it for a long time and I was quite happy with the performance these dashcams provided. So if you want to have the best of what's out there, the A229 Pro series will probably serve you the best. So these were the top 12 dashcams with Starvis 2 sensor that are available in India right now. But there are two other dashcams which I would like to give you a glimpse of. Consider these bonus dashcams within this list. I'm talking about yet to be released VANTRUE S1 Pro or the Sonnet 1 Pro. Yes, this dashcam should come at a price of about 22 to 23,000 rupees based on my estimate, and this is a dual channel setup which gets a Starvis 2 IMX678 sensor with a 1944p resolution at the front and a 1080p at the rear. It can also do a 1440p 60fps at the front and a 1080p 30fps at the rear. It's not yet released in India as of now, as of the date of making this video, but it should probably come up pretty soon within a matter of a month or two. So the VANTRUE S1 Pro or the Sonnet 1 Pro is definitely a dual channel dashcam which you should check out if you have the kind of budget of about 23 to 24,000 rupees and if you're looking for a Starvis 2 based dual channel dash camera. So the next bonus dashcam which I want to talk about is probably the priciest dashcam which I've seen in my entire dashcam experience. I'm talking about the Thinkware U3000, and this dashcam comes at a price of, guess what, 72,000 rupees. Now hold on, a dashcam costing 72,000, what, is it made of gold? Not so. Well, this dashcam gets a dual radar feature, which means you get a radar network from both front and the rear of the car, which means it's actively monitoring the surrounding of the car, and if anybody, a person or a car even comes close to your dashcam, the dashcam automatically turns on and starts recording. Well, this tech supposedly is very pricey, and of course that's why the price of this dashcam is a tad bit, should I say, much higher. Of course, this dashcam gets a Starvis 2 IMX678 sensor with a true 4K resolution and a rear quad HD resolution, and this dashcam also gets the Thinkware connected feature. This means you can receive notifications, review footages and track location of the car even when you're away from the vehicle in real time. You also get a real-time live view from this dashcam as well. So basically means if you have no limits on the kind of budget you have for a dashcam and you're ready to try some new stuff and you're ready to try some Thinkware dashcams which get some very unique features, the Thinkware U3000 and even some of the other models of the Thinkware dashcams, you can definitely take a look at those. I'll give you the links to these Thinkware dashcams in the description below. So this was the exhaustive and the entire list of all the dashcams which get the Starvis 2 sensor in India right now, starting from the budget of less than 5,000 up to 72,000 rupees. So do tell me how this video has helped you out in making that correct purchase decision, and in case if it did, just go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now and smash that like button. Also don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. If you have any doubts or queries about any of these dashcams, you can write that down. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And of course, as said before, almost all the dashcams which I've covered in the list today, basically I've made review videos on almost all of them. You can check out the description if you want to take a detailed look at the review videos, and possibly if you're interested in purchasing any of the dashcams which I brought up in the list today, you'll find the links to purchase also in the description below. I'm tired after this video. I need to go and grab some pizza. See you in the next one.